Hi everybody. Take two. Yeah, it just seems like everything I do is being sabotaged. Anyway, on this take two, I'm going to repeat myself, even though you won't know it, because you won't hear the first part. But we've all been warned about all the stuff that's about to happen with the blood moons and the meteor hitting the East Coast and half of California being knocked into the drink and causing a tidal wave on the West Coast, and the possibility that a nuke could be dropped into the magma chamber in Yellowstone. All three of those disasters would devastate our country. Even one of them would devastate a lot of it. But now what's happening is that people are being put in jail for putting out these warnings. I've known of a couple people now that have been actually put in prison for it and not committing any other crimes. If you have to go to traffic court, you could end up in prison. I mean, they'll just trump up stuff against you. And the only reason I'm willing to speak out is because God's told me that I'm going to go to a FEMA camp already. So I know that that's where He wants me. I asked Him why, because I'm such a crybaby. I tear up at the drop of a hat. And He said it's because of that. Because I am compassionate and sincere, and people can tell that about me. And you know, I've always wanted to be one of the 144,000 and live to see the end of time, but I don't mind dying a martyr for Jesus either. So I'm not afraid to die. I've never been afraid to die. In fact, I kind of have a death wish, but I'm not suicidal. I will never kill myself. So if you read somewhere that I ended up dead of suicide, you'll know they're lying. I wouldn't do that because I know the next conscious moment would be in hell. So it kind of defeats the purpose of killing yourself, to get out of misery, because there's just more waiting on the other side then. So I encourage like-minded people to pray your way to heaven and don't even bother with suicide, because it won't work. Also, I'm increasingly concerned with the amount of chemtrails that are being laid down. I mean, I've only been watching this for maybe a month now, because I didn't really even believe in chemtrails. I was one of those people that just thought every airplane made those little trails behind it, you know, the big ones. I've heard, you know, all the mocking going on against people, and now I'm hearing it directed at me when I try to point them out. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, a comtrail. No, a chemtrail. But those kind of people just want to keep their head buried in the sand, and there's not much I can do for them except pray. But I did want to get this warning out for everybody to start waking people up as best you can through prayer, and you can plant seeds, you know, to try and help them understand it, but just giving them dire warnings is not going to help. They need to study it for themselves and see why we believe this stuff. I think if I had one dire warning to get out to people, it would be to turn your TV set off and leave it off. There's nothing good on TV. The news is a bunch of lies, and everything else is just meant to control you. It's all mind control. Mind-numbing mind control. And they've known it for years and years and years. So it's not a lie. And it's not a conspiracy theory. It's truth. So that's my best advice to people, is to get rid of your TV set and turn to online underground news sources for what you want to know. People are really good about getting stuff on YouTube, but as quick as they do it, the videos disappear. I'm having those issues myself right now with everything that I'm trying to do. I'm assuming the NSA, because they're the only ones that can hear everything I say, are destroying my files. I download files for safekeeping because I know they're going to disappear off of YouTube, and I want to share them with people to wise them up as best I can. And I check the files and make sure that they're all working, and then when I go to use them, to transfer them to use them on other things, they won't work. So I can't help but think that something's going on when all of my devices are doing this all of a sudden. And additionally, you know, I mentioned the chemtrails. I'm getting little sores all over my arms, and some of my vegetables are growing deformed. And this morning I woke up really ill, just completely ill, and I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm completely healthy. I don't have any drugs in my system of any kind. But I just felt really horrid this morning, just very low energy and body aches everywhere, and my back is really in bad shape, although I don't think that's related to the feelings I'm having on my body. But I'm getting, let's see if little sores like this one here all over my body, and they don't heal up, just in exposed areas though. So that's what makes me think that it's related to the chemtrails. Anyway, do your best to get the word out without getting arrested, and please, I implore you to make long prayer lists for the people around you that you know, and even some that you don't know. Pray for them to wake up before it's too late. Pray for people to turn their lives over to Jesus, because it's the only way to be saved. You know, people seem to think that God just can't wait to kill people, and that's just totally false. Hell was not invented for people. It was made for the demons, the fallen angels. So don't let anybody fill your head full of that nonsense. And those mockers, they'll be the ones in hell. They'll be screaming for God to forgive them when it's too late. But it's not too late until the 7 plagues start to fall. Then the close of probation's already happened, and it will be too late. So please pray, pray, pray for everybody to turn their lives over to God and build a relationship with Him. He wants to know you. And the only way that He can know you is through His Word and through prayer. And be sure to leave blank spaces in your prayer for just quiet times to give Jesus a chance to talk to you. I love you all, and I'm praying for you all, and I will see you in heaven.